Tully Blanchard in here and by the way, let me just tell you, I did not appreciate Tully Blanchard when I was younger, but now that I, watch wrestling a little differently, I really enjoy the little stuff that he does, like immediately getting in, cowering over in the corner to pretend to counsel with Bobby Heenan and hiding behind the ref, sneaking in a shot and then immediately tagging out. Like, that's good chicken shit heel stuff. I love it.
Well, Tully understood that he wasn't 10 feet tall, and Tully understood how to work like a smaller heel and was able to get heat that way. Tully didn't want you to go out there and say he was a tough guy and all this other crap. He was going to say he was a smarter guy and he was going to beat you any way that he could. That was the difference, and that was the way that made Tully exactly what you just said. Man, he would cower and he would sucker him in and he would gain the advantage. He was just that fucking good. I didn't like Tully either, but that's because I had to work with him. But I grew to respect him and his work. There's nothing bad you can say about Tully's work in the ring. Tommy Young.
What are you doing?
I went, Tommy Young. I just was having a barbarian moment.
He told the real story at StarCast, by the way. And it was exactly what we sort of joked about.
Yeah. Well,
it's amazing to me that that's a real thing.
Why does that amaze you? It's a barbarian. He's from Barbaria.
I don't know. It just does.
From the Isle of Barbaria comes the barbarian.
Aren't you and I going to Europa?
Yes.
And we're going to see, maybe the European champion.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And that we'll go swimming in the Liverpool.
I don't know that even sounds like something I'd want to do.
Yes. No, you got to go swimming in the Liverpool in England.
It is going to be weird for a few days trying to remember not to call it Birmingham since I'm from Alabama.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hey everybody.
I like Birmingham. You know, what's funny, as we're watching Arn Anderson and put on a clinic here with Marty Jannetty. I've just recently realized I'm the Forrest Gump of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I have no reason to be involved in wrestling. I'm not really, but I've got these podcasts and there's no reason that I should have been able to do all of the fun stuff I've been able to do the last few years. I'm just in the right place at the right time. From Greenbow, Alabama, I found my Jenny and the whole deal. Like, who would have thought? I mean, I'm not going running. We know that.
Run, Forrest, run.
It's like podcast, Conrad, podcast. I just started podcasting.
Yeah. Well, look at you now.
And instead of, Dr. Pepper, it's Miller Lite.
Well,
upgrade.
It's less filling.
Tastes great.
Less filling.
So, Bret Hart, Tully Blanchard, and Hebner counted to 38 there. And Bret gets, nope. Not Bret gets the pin. Tully gets the pin. How about that?
Bret's shoulders were down, man. Bret got screwed again. Bret, you screwed Bret. That's right.
Oh my gosh. Dynamite comes in and just...
Series is not a good pay-per-view for Bret Hart. What?
I don't know. You're just a dick.
It's just a double pin there. What? He didn't get his shoulders up.
How about Dynamite came in and just picked Tully up and just coldly put him in a tombstone piledriver, just randomly. It felt like he was Stewart from Mad TV. Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
There's no reason to, but I'll do it anyway.
Look what I can do.
See, now we get our 1-4 way. See, if you had this all the time, you wouldn't be able to control this match, but now you got a melee going on. I think they're going to have to just throw this thing out. Just throw these guys out of there. Eliminate all of them. If you can't control them, these motherfuckers here.
I do want to mention that there's a lot of news and notes about the company at this time. Let's run through some of them. This is all from the Torch. The British Bulldogs are now done in the WWF, as are Don Morocco and the Junkyard Dog. The Bulldogs' babyface position will be taken by the Sheep Herders. Well, now they are called the Bushwhackers and will be babyfaces. The Bulldogs are now in Calgary Stampede and will soon tour Japan for the first time in many years. Morocco will work as a heel in Calgary, and JYD will work as a face. So was there like all of these guys are going to Calgary? Was this a decision as a group?
It may have been on their end. I think that it was a place to go, and it was someplace that they could go and get work immediately. They'd all been there before, so they were all names that had worked in Calgary before. JYD and Morocco, neither one of those guys stayed there very long. I think Don was just there long enough to get to Hawaii.
Pat Patterson there, just briefly made a cameo.
Say, get in the back of you two. Chase.
So why Calgary?
Because of Stu Hart, because it was probably one of the last bastions of territories to go to.
What was the relationship like with Vince and Stu at this point?
Great. They always had a good relationship, and Vince was always happy to help Stu out in any way that he could. So it wasn't a adversarial one at all.
JYD leaving here, his decision or Vince's?
I think it was mutual. Dog felt that he had done everything that he was going to do. He had put on a lot of weight. Dog wanted to kind of go away and get in shape as well. But Vince thought that, they had done what they could do, and Dog kind of felt the same way. He thought, well, maybe if I go back down south and I go to Jim Crockett, we can renew what they used to have, when he was in Mid-South with Bill Watts. Dog did great in New York, and he was a big star, but it was at that time just not working. He had slowed down a lot and was not in the best shape, and he was unhappy. So let him leave.
Down to 4 tag teams here. We've got the Conquistadors still tagging with Demolition. On the other side, it's the British Bulldogs and the Powers of Pain. SaveWithConrad.com.
Eric Ward in Franklin, Tennessee. I first heard about Save with Conrad through a couple wrestling broadcasts I listened to. 83 Weeks and What Happened When with Tony Schiavone, and I decided to reach out, and I'm so glad that I did. It was an absolute fabulous process. I was in a transition mode, recently sold a home, and I was looking for a mortgage on a new home purchase. And Diana and the team at Supreme Lending was there to help me out. They were absolutely fabulous to work with. They were knowledgeable, responsive, and made the process incredibly smooth. And I'll tell you this, the online portal was an absolute game changer. It provided regular updates at every step, giving me full visibility into where we were at in the process. And on closing day, everything moved so fast that even my real estate agent was shocked. I'm telling you, I couldn't have been happy with the experience and would highly recommend Save with Conrad to anyone looking for a seamless mortgage process. I'm Eric Ward from Franklin, Tennessee, and I got into my dream home with SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender.
SaveWithConrad.com.